Hello and welcome to Hot Track RC. Today we're going to talk about something I'm very excited about, the Team Associated RC10 Worlds Car. I've wanted this RC for a very long time. I've had Gold Pans, but I've never had the Worlds Car. So today we're going to look at this, the 2014 RC10 Worlds Car re-release. We're going to take this box, we're going to open it up for the first time. We're going to look at what's inside, and we're going to talk about the differences between this and the old Gold Pan, so stick around. This really is the ultimate pan car, the Team Associated RC10 Worlds Car, and it's celebrating some big anniversaries this year, including the 40th anniversary of the original Gold Pan, the 30th anniversary of the Worlds Car, and the 10th anniversary of this re-release of the Worlds Car. These cars incorporated all of those lessons learned during the golden age of RC from 84 to 94 with legendary drivers working together with the factory team, including Jay Halsey winning the IFMAR World Championship in 1985, followed by Masami Hirasaka winning in 89 and 91, and finally Brian Kenwald winning in 1993 with his version of this Worlds Car inspiring the original release. The improvements that were made in these cars during that period were really significant, including the stealth transmission, going to a 3-gear transmission instead of the original 6-gear that was in the Gold Pan, now having a slipper clutch, and the ball differential. This is really the blueprint for all modern transmissions. We have other improvements like the longer front A-arms, improving suspension travel and handling. We have the aluminum front inline axles with 30-degree caster blocks to improve steering. Bell cranks were improved, improved shocks, just a whole host of things that were changed on these cars that really make it exciting to think about getting to drive one of these again, because I have a lot of experience driving Gold Pans, but I never had a Worlds Car, and I've never experienced what those improvements do for this car. So the re-release took it up one level further, and they added improvements to the shocks in the World Car, including threaded bodies and collars for easier adjustment of preload. They added bleeder caps for just better serviceability. They added 3/16 rear axles so you could run more modern wheels and tires, go with the 2.2 inch, added CVA joints, and just a whole host of things. So these cars were intended to be driven. They make beautiful displays, either in the box or on the shelf, but Team Associated wanted to make sure that the buyer of this kit could experience what it was like to drive these cars back in the day. And that's what I intend to do. I want to get this thing out on the track. So, the box art is really lovely. It's pretty much a recreation of the original Worlds Car box art. This is Brian Kenwald's box art body. Interestingly, these cars didn't sell all that well when they were re-released in 2014. They were hot on the tails of the 2013 Classic re-release. That was the first re-release for the Gold Pan. And that's the car everybody remembers. When the Black Pan hit the market in 2014, people didn't remember it as well. It didn't have the look they were interested in. And at the time, it just wasn't what the market wanted. And a lot of these cars were remaindered for just a couple $100. Now, of course, they're worth 3-4 times that amount. And this was a transition period for Team Associated. They were going from all white plastic on the gold chassis to just an all black look. But these cars were in between. They had some white plastic left, but they had black plastic as well, earning them the nickname of the Zebra. But without further ado, let's unbox it and see what's inside. Let's take a quick look at the front flap before I cut it open. Nice little description there on Brian Kenwald, and the description of the re-release improvements here. The ends are full color. The original would have had price tag there with description of what the kit was. And so really, really nice looking presentation on this. All right, this is the moment. I've been waiting for a long time. Cutting this box open to see what's inside. Let's do it. All right, trusty Spyderco. And here it is. 1, 2, and the main seal on the front flap. Let's do it. All right, it's open. Here it is. All right, so right on top, we'll see here is the body. Okay, that's what it looks like in there. And this is the way all the kits looked like back in the day. Nothing like the Tamiya kits where they'd put all the nice extras on terms of presentation. Here's the Mirage body. It's got the extra scoop on the side that's correct here. So that's going to be a nice one to paint up. Here are the wheels. There are no tires in this kit, to my knowledge. These are the 2.2-inch wheels that go on the 3/16 rear axles. And then, of course, bearings in these wheels for the front. Here is the wing, ready to be cut out. All right, here is the dust cover for the transmission, for the pinion and spur gears, the wing mount, wing wire and wing mounts. So we got all that in there. All right, let's see here. Battery box. We've got the nose tubes here. Some hardware. All right, here's all of our ball joints and turnbuckles. So by this point, they had left-hand, right-hand real turnbuckles. The original Gold Pan kits just had threaded shafts, which made adjustments a lot more difficult. Here's the bulkhead, some hardware, wing tubes there. Our shock or our springs, and here's a bunch of suspension components, like the rear lower control arms, rear control arm mounts. Oh, here's our CVA joints here. That was a big upgrade. Some hardware. Okay, transmission mount and some of the balls for the diff, the slipper clutch components. Okay. Here we are, so shock parts. Got some oil, the shock bodies here. Those are the shocks. Okay. Looks like some steering components, servo mounts. Here's the front suspension component, so that's nice. They had the rear components all packaged up, and then here's the fronts, and here's the aluminum inline axles. And here's the front suspension mounts, hardware. Here's the bell cranks in here. And here's the gearbox. Here's the Stealth gearbox. I've never built one of these, so I'm excited about that. It's got ball bearings. That's really nice. Okay, here's the nose piece and suspension tower, shock tower. And what we've all been waiting for, the iconic chassis pan. And this one, I really think is cool because it's got the milling in it. Just a little bit of material removal, just to reduce the weight a bit. Doesn't look like there's any stamp on this one. But there it is, and it's got the holes for the stealth transmission. It looks like you could put the 6-gear transmission in here as well, but obviously meant for the stealth. So there's the pan. Here is the rear shock tower and gearbox support, transmission support. Here's a checklist back in the day that was put into the box with the different bags. Checking those off. And, okay, here's the battery support. And that'll go on top of the battery box. Fiberglass in this one. And the last bag here is the manual with some of the hex keys here, camber gauge here, some other tools. You can see the sticker sheet here. And there it is, the World's Car Manual. All right, well, there you go. It's really exciting to see all these parts laying out on the workbench. In the next episode, we're going to open up all these bags. We're going to build the car. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you then.